I am relevant because I'm evolving. Now, that was like a bulb on moment when Sejal said this. So, with that, a very good morning to everyone. And what's funny? My mother used the same pressure cooker for 32 years. Same brand, same whistle count, same technique, and it still makes the best dal in the world. Flawless, reliable, deeply comforting. But here's the thing, if my mother ran a restaurant in 2025 and her entire strategy was same recipe, same method, no change ever, should be out of business in 6 months. Customers want plant based options, reels worthy plating, online ordering, and a QR code menu. The dal is still extraordinary, but extraordinary dal is no longer enough. So, this, my friends, is the quiet crisis of our time. Not a lack of talent, not a lack of hard work, but the dangerous comfort of doing things the way you've always done them in a world that changes every 18 months without asking for permission. So, today, we're going to talk about something every single person in this room needs, whether you are 16 or 46, in an office or in a kitchen, just starting out or decades in. We are talking about how to stay relevant in a fast world. Yeah. See, the world does not basically reward you can say, who are just still. So it's like a fast moving river. Standing still feels like moving backwards. Let me say that again. In a fast moving river, standing still feels like moving backward. And this is not a metaphor, that's physics. And increasingly, it's a career reality too. The river is moving. The question is, are you swimming intentionally or are you hoping the current doesn't notice you? Is something that nobody told us in school. The most future proof thing you can be is not an expert, it's a learner. Yes, expert knows everything about what already exists. Learners are curious about what comes next. And in a world where what already exists has a shelf life of about 3 years, curiosity is now a professional superpower. Think about Shruti, 35, a graphic designer in Pune. For 8 years, she was exceptional at print design, brochures, holdings, packaging, beautiful work. And then the industry shifted. Every client wanted social media creatives, motion graphics, short form video content. And Shruti had a choice, dig in and say, this is not what I was trained for, or get genuinely curious. So she chose curiosity. Spent 2 months on YouTube learning Canva animations and basic video editing. Evenings, 45 minutes at a time, her chai going cold beside the laptop. Today, she charges double her old rate. Not because she abandoned a craft, because she expanded it. So the world does not reward the most qualified, it rewards the most willing to keep learning. The great futurist Alvin Toffler said something extraordinary decades ago that has only become more true with time. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write. They will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Let me say that again. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write. They will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Three words. Let me break them down because each one is a different kind of courage. One, learn. This is that part we are most comfortable with. Pick up a new skill, take a course, watch a tutorial, read outside your comfort zone. Most of us agree learning is good. We just keep postponing it until Monday or next month or when the kids are older or when work is less busy. The trick is to start before you feel ready because you never will. Two, unlearn. This is the hard one. Unlearning means being willing to say what I believe to be true may no longer be the whole picture. It requires a kind of intellectual humility that our egos are not naturally fond of. Take Mahesh, 48, sales professional from Chennai with 20 years of experience. He swore by cold calling. Always had seedhi baat, seedha result. Direct conversation, direct results. But buyer behavior had shifted. His juniors were closing deals through WhatsApp voice notes and LinkedIn DMs, spending half the time getting twice the response. Mahesh's biggest professional upgrade wasn't learning a new tool. It was unlearning the belief that his old tool was still the best one. So, unlearning is not defeat, it's wisdom. And three, relearn. And then, which is where the real magic happens. Relearning means taking your existing knowledge, pairing it with new context, and creating something more powerful than either alone. Like a chef who learns nutrition science and reinvents their recipes, or a teacher who learns instructional design and transform how they deliver their lessons. Learn, unlearn, relearn. Not once, not twice, on a loop. Yes, for as long as you want to stay in the game. So I want to say something gently but directly. In 2025, being uncomfortable with technology is no longer a personality quirk. It is a professional liability. Yes. Now, nobody's asking you to become a software engineer. Nobody's asking you to understand blockchain at dinner, but basic digital comfort. Knowing how AI tools can save you 3 hours of work, knowing where your industry is moving, reading one relevant article a week. This is the minimum entry fee for staying in the conversation. Think about Vandana. She's 42, a homemaker in Lucknow who decided to start a tiffin service. She knew food, she knew flavor. What she didn't know was how to reach customers beyond her apartment building. One afternoon, she spent 2 hours learning how to postpone, in fact, how not postpone, but how to post on Instagram and set up a basic WhatsApp business account. That's it. 2 hours. Within a month, she had 60 regular customers. Not because she was a social media expert, because she was curious enough to begin. So you don't have to master every trend. You just have to stop being afraid of them. And there was a time when job security meant staying at one company for 30 years and collecting a gold watch on your way out. That time is, very gently over. Maybe many of your parents still want you to have job security. Let me tell you, there's another style or another trend of job security currently. The new job security is not a contract, it's a quality. And that quality is adaptability. The willingness and the ability to flex, pivot, and grow when the world shifts around you. The people who thrived through demonetization, through the pandemic, through the AI disruption wave, they were not necessarily the most experienced or the most credentialed. They were the most adaptable. They looked at the changed landscape and asked, what's possible here? Instead of why this have to happen. So adaptability is not about having no roots. It's about having roots deep enough that you can bend without breaking. So I want to leave you with this today. There's a tree called the bamboo. When a storm comes, the oak tree, rigid, proud, immovable, often cracks or falls. But the bamboo, it bends, sometimes almost to the ground. And when the storm passes, it rises again, exactly as tall, exactly as strong, maybe a little stronger. So, relevance in a fast world does not mean changing who you are with every new trend. It means being rooted enough in your values and your purpose that you can bend into new skills, new tools, new contexts, and still come back to yourself. You're not too old. They will not moving too fast. You are not too far behind. You're simply someone who hasn't started today's 15 minutes yet. The river is moving. You're not standing still. You're not getting ready to swim. And that right there is already everything. So your exercise today is simple, specific, and entirely doable. And I say that not as a motivational throwaway line. I say it because I mean it literally today. Once again, not this week, not after you organize your schedule. Today, spend 15 minutes learning something new in your field. What could that look like? Let me make it concrete. If you're a working professional, watch a YouTube video on a skill your role requires, but you've never formally learned. Presentation design, data basics, prompt writing for AI tools, negotiation language. Just pick one. If you're a homemaker, look up one thing about the area you want to grow in, whether it's cooking, wellness, crafts, education, business. Find one resource, one community, one short tutorial, and begin. And if you're a student, read one article about where your chosen industry is heading in the next 5 years. Not to panic, to prepare. 15 minutes. That is less than one episode of anything you are currently watching. It's less than the time most of us spend scrolling before bed, but done consistently every day, those 15 minutes will compound into a version of yourself that is genuinely, meaningfully ahead of where you are today. Write down right now. What will you learn today? When, at what specific time will you do it? Put it in your phone calendar, give it a name, treat it like a meeting you cannot cancel. Because the fast world will not slow down for us, but it absolutely rewards those who decide quietly, stubbornly, joyfully to keep moving with it. So I would say start swimming. The river is magnificent when you stop fighting it. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.